Always, a Wolfe Brothers novel, Book 1, written by Lita Stone, narrated by Ian Murray. Prologue. To hell with reading, writing, and arithmetic. In health class, Cam had learned the answer to the question that had haunted his waking and sleeping thoughts. He had found peace. No more restless nights, stomach cramps, and blinding headaches. The answer to the puzzle hid within a simple statistic. More than 80% of alcohol-related boating accidents resulted in death by drowning. Cam stood on the edge of Lake Raven, a remote pond nestled deep in the forest of Huntsville State Park. 100 yards offshore, empty cans bobbed around Tony's aluminum boat. Cam grabbed a can of beer. Tony had always fished alone, but not by choice. Repeatedly, he'd invited Sam, an elderly neighbor, and Larry, a coworker from the packaging plant. Not once had either accepted. Unlike Tony, Cam wanted no friends. His 6-foot frame and nearly 200 pounds proved useful in keeping people at a distance. Not many other 14-year-olds measured up. He was a freak of nature the school bully had teased, until Cam knocked 3 of his teeth loose, earning him the name the Tooth Reaper. Cam needed little out of life, save the one thing he had obsessed over for the past few months. Tony, dead. Cam's 6-inch height advantage wasn't enough. He needed bulk, too. Otherwise, Tony might overpower him, even kill him. Mom was timid. She'd never challenged Tony, and Cam's younger brother, AJ, would be left to fend for himself. Blood raced through Cam's veins. Sweat bubbled on his forehead. A flash of heat swept over his body. With balled fists, he closed his eyes and concentrated on breathing, slow and deep. The Panthers' tight end had taught him this technique after he had complained about the side effects of the damn steroids. The drug drove his temper to borderline uncontrollable levels. Despite the side effects, the desperation to increase his size and do it quickly kept Cam the tight end's most loyal customer. 6 months of HCG and working out in the high school weight room had earned Cam an extra 22 pounds. He was finally ready to rid their family of the bastard. AJ lay on his stomach by Cam's feet. He pushed a toy car through the dried pine needles. "It's getting dark. You think we might go home soon?" Dried blood covered the crack on AJ's bottom lip. The purple on the apple of his cheek had darkened, but at least the swelling had gone down. Last night's beating had left obvious marks. Tony was getting careless. Cam crouched beside AJ. "What were you thinking, bringing a knife to school?" He lifted AJ's shirt. Between his shoulder blades, where Tony had burned him with a cigarette, a blister oozed pus. "If you stopped screwing up, maybe Tony would get me one of these nights instead of you." AJ shrugged as he glided the miniature Corvette over a rock.
"Shithead,"
Tony bellowed from the middle of the lake.
"Beer."
"Want me to go this time?" Cam rubbed the black hair on top of AJ's head. "You take enough shit from him already. I got this."
"Now."
Tony's gruff voice echoed off the dense greenery of the secluded campground. Cam pulled AJ's shirt down. Gently, he gripped his brother under the arms and turned him until his back was toward the lake. He pulled his sweat-drenched shirt over his head, folded it, and set it on a boulder. AJ glanced over his shoulder. "What you gonna do?" "Bring Tony his beer."